Welcome to another video of FoodNourish Deep Dives, the videocast of foodnourish.net, where we explore topics like health, food, supplements, and alternative approaches to health and wellness. Today, we are cracking the code on a question that gets so many people stuck. How do you actually build serious muscle on a vegetarian diet? And listen, we're not just talking theory here. We're giving you the complete, science-backed blueprint. Okay, so let's just dive right into the big question, right? It's the one you hear all the time, in gyms, in forums, everywhere. Can you genuinely, seriously, get as muscular as someone who eats meat? I mean, there's a whole mountain of skepticism out there, but we're going to cut through all that noise and look at what the research actually says. Is it all just a myth, or is there a real method to this? So the short answer from the science community, it's a huge, resounding yes. You absolutely can. But, and you know, this is the part that changes everything, there's a reason why so many people try and fail. And it's not because the diet is broken, it's because their approach is. There's a catch, and trust me, understanding this catch is the key to unlocking all your gains. And this right here perfectly illustrates the point. This quote from a recent 2023 study is your proof. The magic words are, when total protein intake matches. That's it. The potential for muscle growth is identical. The science is totally clear. It's not about what you're eating, it's about how you're doing it. So where does it all go wrong for so many people? Well, like I said, this isn't a problem with the diet itself. It's a problem with the method. There are these really specific, kind of hidden traps that most vegetarian athletes fall right into, and they end up completely wrecking their own progress without even knowing it. So what are they? Let's uncover the three main culprits. And here they are, the three hidden saboteurs of your progress. Number 1, you're probably aiming for the wrong protein target altogether. Number 2, you're ignoring the crucial science of how your body actually uses the protein from plants. And number 3, probably the biggest one of all, you're missing something called the leucine threshold. Don't worry, we are going to break down and solve every single one of these right now. Okay, so enough about the problems, let's start building the solution. This is where we put together your new blueprint, all based on the hard science of how plant protein actually works in your body. It's time to fix the system. Now check this out, because this is the first huge difference. You have to eat more plant protein to get the same muscle-building kick. And here's why. Your body uses pretty much 100% of the protein from animal sources, but plant proteins, well, they come packaged with things like fiber and other compounds that make them a little harder to digest. So your body only ends up absorbing about 75 to 90%. That means 150 grams of protein on your plate does not equal 150 grams in your muscles. You have to eat more to make up for that gap. And that brings us to maybe the single most important concept in this whole explainer, the leucine threshold. I want you to think of the amino acid leucine as the ignition key for your body's muscle-building engine. It's what turns on the master switch, this pathway called mTOR, that basically shouts at your body, okay, it's time to build muscle. No leucine, no muscle. It's really that simple. So what's the magic number you need to turn that key? 3 grams. You have to hit a minimum of 3 grams of leucine in a single meal to flip that muscle-building switch on. If you fall short of that, you're essentially wasting a big chunk of that protein when it comes to growth. It's a non-negotiable target. And this chart just makes it crystal clear why this is such a challenge. I mean, look, to get those 3 grams of leucine, you only need about 27 grams of whey protein. That's like 1 scoop. Super easy. But for soy isolate, it's 40 grams. And for a whole food like tempeh, you need a whole 6-ounce serving. That's the difference between a small shake and a big block of tempeh. See, you have to be way more strategic. Now, building this kind of strategic diet often means being smart with your supplements. And when it comes to finding high-quality stuff, we all know it can be a total maze of different brands and prices, right? So we actually put together a deals page over at foodnourish.net/deals to help you save some money on top-tier brands in the wellness space. We're talking about companies like Apollo Peptide Sciences, Perpetual Life, iHerb, Bioptimizers, and a bunch more. It's just a great way to invest in your health without totally breaking the bank. The link for that is right down in the description for you. All right, let's get back to it and turn all of this incredible science into a plan you can actually start using tomorrow. We've covered the theory, now it's time to put it on your plate. Okay, this is so important. Rule number 1, you have to throw out that old standard protein recommendation. Your new mission is to aim for 1.8 to 2.4 grams of protein for every kilogram of your body weight. That's the real number that accounts for that digestibility issue we talked about and actually fuels serious growth for our vegetarian athlete. So, what does a day of eating for real gains actually look like? Let's take a look. And this isn't about boring salads and feeling deprived. No way. We're talking about delicious, filling meals like protein-packed overnight oats to get you started, a powerful tempeh bowl for lunch, and a seriously hearty lentil bolognese for dinner, all of it adding up to easily hit that 160-gram protein target. Let's just zoom in on that lunch for a second, because it perfectly shows our principles in action. This high leucine tempeh powerball isn't just some random recipe. It is a specifically engineered muscle-building machine. And here's exactly why it works so well. You've got a solid 685 calories, 35 grams of high-quality complete protein, and, most importantly, look at that, 3.2 grams of leucine. It just confidently smashes that 3-gram threshold we were talking about. This is the kind of targeted eating that makes all the difference in the world. Okay, finally, let's talk about the last piece of the puzzle. While food is always the foundation, there are a few supplements that are pretty much non-negotiable for vegetarian athletes. They fill in critical gaps and just absolutely optimize your performance. Let's take creatine, for example. For vegetarians, it is an absolute game changer. Why? Because you don't get any from meat, so your baseline muscle stores are way lower. This means when you start supplementing, you see a massive 20 to 40% increase in saturation. Compare that to just 10 to 20% for omnivores. You get so much more bang for your buck, which means more power, more endurance, and faster gains in the gym. And right alongside creatine, you've got to keep these on your radar. Vitamin B12 is essential for energy since you just can't get it from plants. Vitamin D3 is so crucial for hormone support, and key minerals like iron and zinc can be tougher to absorb from plant sources, so it's vital to make sure your levels are topped up so you can fire on all cylinders. So there you have it, your 3-step action plan to start building muscle today. First, calculate your new higher protein target. Second, trigger that growth by making sure your key meals hit that 3-gram leucine threshold. And third, supplement smartly to cover all your nutritional bases and just accelerate your results. The science is there, the strategy is clear, and all those old myths have been replaced by a plan that's driven by data. So the only question left is, now that you have the blueprint, what are you going to build with it? Thank you so much for watching. For the full 7-day meal plan and all the detailed recipes we talked about, please be sure to check out the resource article. It's linked for you right in the description below. If you found this blueprint helpful, do me a huge favor and hit that like button to help us grow our channel. And of course, subscribe so you never miss another deep dive into the science of your health.